Well, headlines tonight, Governor Soludo assures Indian Anambra of accelerated development in 2023. Anambra government expresses commitment towards restoration of the state's glory. Federal government to address post-harvest losses by farmers in Nigeria. On a foreign scene tonight, 2 persons killed, 3 injured in occupied West Bank, Asia. Before the news, in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening and welcome to the news. I am Ebere Ugonna. Governor Chukwuma Soludo of Anambra State has assured that the year 2023 will usher in accelerated development and progress in Anambra State. The governor in release wished the Anambra a bountiful 2023 as he further assured that Anambra will continue to win from all fronts in spite of the daunting challenges. Governor Soludo noted that there is every reason to celebrate another promising new year and give God Almighty the glory, not only for preserving the Anambra to witness the new year, but more importantly, for his mercy and grace for the modest achievements they have all recorded within the first 9 months in office. He further said that as they reflect on 2022 and project prosperous 2023, they have reasons to celebrate the modest achievements they have recorded individually and collectively as a state despite the daunting challenges facing the nation. The governor expressed belief that the year 2023 will most certainly be a redefining year for Anambra as a people, and it is his earnest desire that Anambra will continue to record more feats. It was a gathering of who is who in the state and beyond at the Royal Palace of the traditional ruler of Aba country home in Jikoka local government area. Igwe Leonard Eze for the celebration of his 80th birthday, 45 years on the throne, and 2022 Ofala Festival. Correspondent Emmanuel Chibata reports that the event, which displayed rich cultural heritage and tradition of Aba community, attracted notable personalities, including the governor of Anambra State, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, his Edo State counterpart, Godwin Obaseki, former senator that represented Anambra Central, Benobi, All Progressives Grand Alliance ABGA presidential candidate, Professor Peter Umadi, traditional ruler of Onitsha, Igwe Nemeka Chebe, representing Njikoka and Ocha and Dunakofia, and the Federal House of Representatives, Honorable Dozie Wankwa, among others. His report.
The event offered opportunity for the traditional ruler to honor illustrious sons and daughters of the community for their contribution to the development of the town and society. Notable among the honorees is a globally renowned Nigerian writer and indigene of the community, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, who received the chieftaincy title of Odelowa. In his remark, Governor Soludo, who congratulated the traditional ruler and people of Aba community for the great milestone achieved, also felicitated with Chimamanda Adichie on her chieftaincy title, noting that such honor given to her is well-deserved and befitting. The governor emphasized the importance of recognizing people, including women, for their achievements while still alive, and urged other communities to emulate Aba, which he described as a great community.
Example Aba. For example, I think all other communities in Italy emulate. One abroad just kita abroad in Bonanza, all wine. Ọkwa n'ụmụ nwaanyị na-achịkịta asị nke abịa kene Aba kene ụnụ kene ndị Anambra ndị Aba Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
In an address, the traditional ruler of the community, Igwe Eze, who appreciated God for sparing his life, thanked Aba community for support and cooperation since he ascended the throne, even as he commended Governor Soludo for efforts in making Anambra a livable state.
Nke ndị Aba na gọọmenti of Anambra steeti nyere m wee chi ada anyị nwanyị bụ Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie Odelowa.
The President General of Aba Town Union, Mr. Alexander Ekwagana, expressed the town union's delight in being part of the historic milestone. Speaking after the chieftaincy conferment, the renowned writer Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, who was visibly happy over the honor by her community, dedicated the chieftaincy honor to her late parents, whom she said raised her to be proud of her culture, adding that the honor will spur her to continue doing well and promoting the rich culture of Ndigbo as is being done in her literary works.
To be celebrated here today is very moving for me. I'm very happy. I'm filled with joy, and it also makes me want to continue to do well, because I think that it's important to my people that I continue to represent them well.
In separate interviews, the member representing Njiko Okatu constituency at the State House of Assembly, Honorable Pete Ibida, illustrious sons of the community, Chief Cosmas Agabo and Chief Andy Okeke, and another indigene of the community and a senior advocate of Nigeria, Professor Joy Ezilo, felicitated with the traditional ruler and all who received chieftaincy titles at the 2022 Ofala Festival. Emmanuel Chibata for ABS News.
Anambra State government has assured that with the help of God, it will defy all odds and reposition the state for the benefit of the citizenry. The State Deputy Governor, Dr. Onyeka Chukwu Ibezim, gave the assurance at his home church, St. Lawrence Anglican Church in Bawuku, Awka South Local Government Area, during a special service marking the 25th ordination anniversary and sent forth of Venerable Chukwudi Ezobi, the outgoing vicar of the parish. Government House correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo tells us more.
Said that the government of Professor Chuma Soludo is making tireless efforts towards restoring the glory of the state, especially security-wise, calling for all hands to be on deck in that regard. Dr. Ibezim, while commending the efforts of Venerable Ezobi in the vineyard of God since his ordination, called on religious leaders to always join hands with government in enthroning the desired society.
And I know we will all triumph, pass through this stage. It's a problem. I need an MSCI or the capacity of
Earlier in a sermon, the Archbishop, Ecclesiastical Province of the Niger, and Bishop of Awka Diocese, Most Reverend Alexander Ibezim, while pointing out that suffering is an essential ingredient for spiritual and all-round development of every Christian, encouraged the faithful to endure challenges of life as it will make them great, assuring them that God will not fail them. While listing the numerous achievements of the outgoing vicar in the parish, Most Reverend Ibezim advised ministers of God to be strategic and visionary in order to overcome ministry challenges.
That was what Paul was telling Timothy. As a good soldier, whenever it's time, be ready to suffer. That is one of the worst things that has happened to the gospel of our time. Every time you see people who say, this our God is a good God. He's a good God. He's God of prosperity. God that will send you from ashes to glory. Everybody will be saying amen. Pure nonsense. Suffering is an essential ingredient. As a child of God, when suffering comes, allow that suffering to come. God promised he will bring you out of that suffering, but you will be a better child of God. Somebody say amen.
The celebrant, Venerable Ike Chuezobi, thanks God for showing him mercy since he started laboring in his vineyard, promising to continue to be faithful in his service to God and humanity, even as he encouraged members of St. Lawrence to maximally support his successor to move the work of God forward.
I am grateful to God because of his numerous blessings to me, both in spiritual development and in physical. God has in so many ways blessed me. He has blessed my ministry in Mbauku. My consolation and my words of encouragement to his lordship and our archbishop is that to the new place I'm being posted, I promise to be totally submissive, and I pray that God will continue to strengthen me.
Some of the guests, including Sangora Etele, described Venerable Ezeobi as a committed servant of God who has positively impacted many lives. From St. Lawrence Anglican Church, Mbuku, in Awka South Council area, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
As the year 2023 begins, Christians draw nearer to God with special church services to present selves and rededicate life anew for the journey of the year. There was jubilations and thanksgiving unto the Lord for his grace and mercies upon them all through last year and the opportunity to see 2023. Correspondent Amaka Chibuzokoye has details.
Of Ecclesiastical Province of the Niger and Bishop Diocese of Awka, Most Reverend Alexander Ibezim, in his sermon during the service, asked Christians to exercise faith amidst temptation, political instability, mass unemployment, and many others, noting that they should not give up, rather stand firm and focus on the word of God, which is their strong tower. Most Reverend Ibezim harped on fervent prayers and dedication to the things of God so as to be direct and right. In his message, the Bishop, Methodist Church of Nigeria, Diocese of Awka, Right Reverend Onyekachi Nwakamma, said God assured them of restoration, reconciliation, and healing of all sorts in the country, thereby giving them hope, deliverance, and mercy. Right Reverend Nwakamma said God's mighty hands are upon the country, and if they should turn back to him, all the challenges and difficulties encountered in the country will be a thing of the past, while advising that as they are into election year, that all should be wise in electing candidates that will bring change to the country. The chaplain of Chapel of the Healing Cross, Chukwuemeka Odumegu Ojukwu University Teaching Hospital, Amakwawka, Reverend Edozie Chukwuogo, said that as the year begins, they should not pay attention to things of the old, as Christ has renewed all that concerns them. Reverend Chukwuogo gave them hope of all-round beginning and greater things, as he said that Christ has come in his glory to reconcile them with their Maker, forgive, and give them abundant life. At the Divine Mercy Chaplaincy, Chukwuemeka Odumegu Ojukwu University Teaching Hospital, Amakwawka, the chaplain, Reverend Father Justin Ezechukwu, in his homily, said that faithfulness of God is so sufficient for them, having made them see this year. Therefore, they should discover their identity as children of God and pursue it for the purpose of God. Reverend Ezechukwu encouraged the parishioners to allow the promises of God to prevail in their life and walk away from all false promises that will negate their life. Amaka Chibuzokoye, ABS News.
In the spirit of celebrating the Yuletide, Success Active Givers, a non-governmental organization which empowers the less privileged, have organized a get-together event and an award to its benefactors. Correspondent Kenneth Chukwudi completes the story.
According to the founder of the group, Chief Ikechukwu Chukwudi Ebube, the group has existed for 17 years, which he started small by helping people with their basic needs, but over time moved on to empowering people with skills and equipment to be self-reliant. Chief Ikechukwu emphasized that the group will keep expanding to different parts of Anambra according to the means available to it, and advised people to always give without listening to the sentiment expressed by some people towards giving.
Foundation bụ ife na-emere onwe m mgbe mbido enyere ndị mmadụ aka gọọmenti Enugu Agidi nsi ewu aba n'Awka nwere ife na-azụ wa na-eme ọwụwa nka na-eme
The special advisor to the governor of Anambra State on youth empowerment, Dr. Nelson Omenuwa, in a remark commended the group for all their effort towards lifting humanity and urged people in the spirit of Yuletide to always share.
Improve the communal life that so this is me commending them in a very special way, and also encouraging them to keep on with this kind of great work. This is what Mudi was doing for the spirit of sharing, communal life, and the most important thing, spirit of commitment to one another.
Member representing Njikoka and Nyocha and Dunukofia Federal Constituency at the House of Representatives, Honorable Dozie Nwankwo, who graced the event, explained that giving is not an easy virtue, and given the economic reality at hand, it's a difficult thing to do, and appreciated the founder of the group for his efforts, as he will always support them.
To give at this point in time, things are difficult. He has had property in the land. I tell you that Mubagidi is somebody that live.
Others who spoke at the event, including Mr. Peter Uzumba, Mr. Emeka Eze, and Mrs. Ifoma Okpala, all harped that giving should be part of human existence, as it brings about responsible living and attracts godly blessings. The event was attended by the Transition Committee Chairman of Njikoka Local Government Area, Mr. Clem Aguiyi, and host of other dignitaries, as the event climaxed with presentation of awards to benefactors of the group. From Enugu, Njikoka Local Government Area, it's been Kenechukwu Chukwudi for EBS News.
Moving on to our national stories now. The federal government has said that over 30% of food produced in Nigeria every year is challenged by post-harvest losses due to a lack of storage facilities, transportation, and lack of equipment. To address the problem of post-harvest losses being experienced by farmers, the federal government has concessioned 17 silos with 6,000 metric ton storage space to the private sector to enable farmers to have access to storage facilities. Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Dr. Mohammed Abubakar, who disclosed these at the second Western Central African Post-Harvest Congress and Exhibition 2022 with the theme Upskilling and Promotion of African Indigenous Food to Global Standards in Abuja, said that the responsibility of government is to provide an enabling environment for the private sector to drive the economy, adding that government is working to ensure that the food security in Nigeria and Africa is addressed. The minister, who was represented by the Director of Food and Strategic Reserve in the ministry, Dr. Haruna Suleiman, explained that the green aggregation centers would enable farmers have access to be able to clean and dry their agricultural produce during harvest and to reduce post-harvest losses, and also add value to whatever is being produced through these centers. The role of women in shaping the family and society for better has once again been emphasized. Correspondent Kenechi Kuchukwudi reports that this came to the fore during the Awka Development Union Nigeria Adun Women's Wing Olinando celebration. His report.
Olinando celebration, which recognizes and celebrates Awka women who are 80 years and above and have made positive footprints in their families and society, started with the investiture of retired Justice Celine Nweke, the group's first President General, as its grand patron. In her remark, the President General, ADUN Women's Wing, Mrs. Oge Ekwozo, noted that the celebration, which was the second edition, was geared towards appreciating the elderly, especially mothers, who distinguish selves while also serving as an avenue for interaction between the old and young. Mrs. Ekwozo also thanked retired Justice Nweke and others for the solid foundation they laid for the progress and continuity of the group.
There's no more respect. So if we can adore our old mothers like this, when they do this, it's a very good virtue. Why can't we pick it up, emulate it and continue with that? It is our duty. That's why in Awka, before, in a gathering like this, you see them put on gowns, skirts, and say, no, a woman is supposed to look very decent. Like we are doing in Awka today, for any function, happen like a woman and you look decent. So tomorrow, if the children, they will say, no, our mothers never did it this way. Let us continue. Our mothers, then we are very decent people, and we rebuke anything that is a thing that is not supposed to be.
The chairman on the occasion, Dr. Emmanuel Nwobo, represented by his younger brother, Mr. Samuel Nwobo, affirmed that women are indispensable to the family and societal growth.
unu tetele echiche wee chefute unu kwụghalị ndị okongu ugwu ndulugo 80 years and above. Ọbụgodi akwụkwọ nsọ anyị na-agụ si sọpụrụ nna gị na nne gị ka ụzọ gị wee dụrụ anya n'elu a na-afụ nke Jehova Chineke gị na-enye gị. Ọ ihe ọrụ na akwụkwọ nsọ ka unu na-eme iwe bara isi ka unu kwụghalị ndudugo 80 years and above ugwu.
The Grand Patron, retired Justice Nweke, thanked God for helping her to pilot the affairs of the group during her early days, despite the turbulence, and appreciated the current leadership for keeping faith with the ideals of the group. Some of the Olinando celebrants, including Mrs. Wilfred Anekwe and Mrs. Esther Ekwinife, thanked God and expressed their happiness for the honor, while also advising young women to be patient, understanding, and selfless in their marriages. The event featured investiture proper, dance, and music performances. In Oka, it's been Kenechukwu Chukwudi for ABS News.
Moving on to the foreign scene now, the Israeli army has killed 2 Palestinian men during a raid in a village near the city of Jenin in northern occupied West Bank. Mohammed Sama Hoshiye, 22, and Fawad Muhammad Abed, 25, were shot dead early on Monday in Kurdan, northwest of Jenin. Confrontations and armed clashes broke out with Israeli forces late on Sunday night after they raided Kurdan to demolish the homes of 2 Palestinians killed in a shootout at the Israeli military checkpoint in Jenin that led to the killing of an Israeli soldier, Bafala, several months ago. Israeli forces said in a statement on Sunday night that they were operating in Kurdan to demolish the homes of the 2 men, but did not comment on Monday's killings. The 2 men shot dead on Monday are the first Palestinians to be killed by Israeli forces in the occupied West Bank this year as a result of an ongoing Israeli military campaign of intensified raids and killings for almost a year. Israeli forces conducted raids in several other cities in the occupied West Bank on Monday morning, including Nablus, Salfate, and Ramallah, arresting at least 15 Palestinian men, according to prisoner groups. And on sports news, report says that the Flying Eagles will train overseas from the end of January ahead of the 2023 Under-20 AFCON. The NFF are considering setting up a training camp for the Flying Eagles in either Spain or Morocco. The overseas camp is crucial because the team will hope to acclimatize outside the country, as it will be freezing cold in Egypt during the Under-20 AFCON. The team will reopen camp in Nigeria on January 7, during which time overseas-based professionals will join the squad to battle the team places. The Under-20 AFCON will kick off February 19 in Cairo, Egypt, with Nigeria drawn against the host nation Senegal and Mozambique in the first round. And that's it on the news tonight. But remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at ABS Television Oka. Follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. Well, and just before we go tonight, a quick look at our major stories. Governor Soludo assures India number of accelerated development in 2023. Anambra government expresses commitment towards restoration of the state's glory. Federal government has addressed the post-harvest losses by farmers in Nigeria. And the foreign team have brought to you that Israeli forces has killed 2 Palestinians, injured 3 others in occupied West Bank, Asia. And that's the size of our package tonight. Many thanks for joining the bulletin. I'm Berry Ugunna. Enjoy the rest of your evening.